In this project that we worked on as a team with members of other campus, we are going to analyze the Chernobyl accident and see how we can relate it to the topic that we have been working on of the exponential functions and see how these work, while we see all the damage that this accident had and the consequences. It was something that no one could see. They forced the energy required to make the security test, and because the uranium rods stopped working. Because it has and/or is made of substances that can be lethal for people's health. Because molecules generate energy continuously. It is estimated that it will be in 100,000 years because of the size and the magnitude of the accident.
Okay, so my exponential function equation is this one. First, an exponential equation always goes this way, or if this was a negative or below this number 1, like 1/2 and 1/4 or less than 1, it will be downside. But because this is 3, it's up. Okay, so next. First, you need to find the asymptote. The asymptote will always be the thing that goes on the right. In this equation is number 3. So when it is plus, it's to up, and when it is minus, it's down. So this is plus. So we find 1, 2, 3. This will be the asymptote, as I stated here. So there's a line. And what does the asymptote mean? That the equation, when we graph it, it will never pass down the asymptote. It will always be near and then up, but never touch it or be down. Okay, next. We just put this in the calculator, and this will be the numbers that we have, so we can graph it. Like minus 2 gave us 3.11, minus 1 gave us 3.333. And as we can see, it will never be like 3 because it will never touch the asymptote. Okay, so the reference point will always be 1 up or 1 to the side. It depends. In this case, the asymptote is here, so it will be 1 up. And the first point that we see 1 up is 0.4. 0 in x and 4 in y. Next, the domain. As we can see, this goes all the way there and this goes all the way up. So we don't know when it's going to start. It will never stop because it is infinite. So as we say, minus infinite to infinite. Then the range. The range is what's that? J. So do you see something here? No. The range will always be where it starts till where it finishes, and that's why you put 3, comma infinite, because it starts in 3 and it's infinite.
Chernobyl was a disaster that occurred in Chernobyl city in Ukraine in April 26, 1986. The disaster took place in the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, and it occurred when specialists were testing the turbine power generators. They wanted to see how much energy could they produce at a certain rate speed, and how much time will the turbine spin and generate electricity after lowering the main electrical power supply. The scientists didn't follow the correct procedure with safety and security. There were big explosions during the incident. The first one was caused by the overheating of the turbine generators, and a chemical was liberated through the air. After that, many other explosions took place. Radiation was spread through the air. Immediately when the explosion happened, 31 people died, but the consequences remained long after. Since the air was contaminated by radiation, many people turned sick or even died because of several different points. For example, the air that people inhaled was contaminated, and the soil also was contaminated, and so were their crops. So the people that ingested the crops died or got sick. Nowadays, the power plant in Chernobyl is closed and guarded because of the danger that it has. Radiation still affects the place, so it was evacuated. Today, it can be visited with the precaution and as a tourist attraction. The effects will remain for minimum another 100,000 years. An exponential growth example can be seen in growth rate or birth rate, since these change every day and increase in a rapidly manner. A real-life example of exponential decay can be seen with salt in the US. As we know, salt is used for everything, from cooking to decorating cards as glitter. Since we know that salt is not very good for our health, people in the US government have been trying to convince restaurant owners to lower the sodium rate. Over the past few years, it has decreased and we are still seeing different changes. A good example of exponential growth is the population rate or birth rate. It increases every day and it increases very fast. Nuclear energy affects many environmental problems such as global warming. This is due to the fact to the small amount of emission that is spread into the atmosphere. We believe that nuclear energy can be classified as clean energy, but if nuclear energy contributes to global warming, then it is not the best solution and we must find a new and 100% clean energy source. We are not aware that there was a nuclear power plant here in Mexico. We are now aware that it is located in Veracruz, exactly in the Gulf of Mexico. We believe that it has been there for many years and we're not completely sure if it is safe or if it's not safe, but we believe that it is safe for now. And we believe that every country has the right to choose if they want or don't want to work with nuclear power plants, but that is up to any country. And since there is a power plant here in Mexico, we are okay with that. Not only the people in the war can be affected, but also people around the world. And global warming will be getting bigger and bigger, and soon we will not have any clean air to breathe. All of these consequences are terrible, and the only thing that we think as useful and good solution is for everybody to take the necessary precautions if work in the power plant, and if they live near another power plant, they should also be prepared in case there is any tragedy as the one we mentioned before. We actually enjoyed getting to interact with each other. We feel like we have friends in different campuses. We liked working together, but we would have liked for the project to be a little easier so we could have more time to interact rather than doing the project. It was a little difficult because of the schedule and last minute changes, and we could not get together. I liked working the most through WhatsApp and Google Docs. It is very good to make the communication easier, and we liked the project. Thank you.